the court, ball dribbling, cashing checks. College hoops, beats, pump, breaking necks. GunzPicks in the air, we ain't playing nice. Best rolling, paper stacking straight ice. Double units fired, man, winners only. Player props hitting, no rolling lonely. Bankroll swole, just stacking that cheddar. Breaking ankles daily, no one do it better. Let's keep dancing, 10 shots fired. Cashing best clips, reloaded, never tired. Have ourselves a day, straight up ballin'. Every show lit, you know we all in. Hit the hardwood, buzzers buzz, call it lit. Numbers crunch, strategy so legit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, on this beautiful, well, it's almost Friday. We're about 8 minutes away from Friday. So we're still in Thursday. It is the Breakin Ankle Show. I'm the host with the most podcast, the self-proclaimed CBB GOAT himself. And my God, have we been cashing a lot of tickets right here on the show. I think we are 86 and 60 on this show. So if you've been following along since the inception of the 2024-2025 CBB season, you're making money. What can I say? You're making a lot of money. And I'm going to continue to do it here because we're here to talk about the Final Four. And, of course, I got to bring up the crown. I'll give you a crown play as well. So 3 bangers. And I'll give you a crown play as well. So this is what you need to do. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, hit everything to get me in the algorithm of all algorithms that YouTube deems fit. And that's what keeps this engine running. Get into the comment section, too, if you're liking the plays. Say, thanks, Guns. Thanks. I appreciate all the hard work and effort, whatever you want to do. Tell me I stink. I got a thick skin. I can take a lot of heat. So joining us here is Pre-Yank, locked and loaded. Let's go, brother. All right, let's talk about the plays to pay the bills. We've done all the jargon. Oh, yeah, Dub Club's been killing it, too, by the way, if you want to go check that out. Final Four plays and the National Championship plays will be on there. I actually already loaded them up. So I got more plays than what I'm giving you here. So just to reflect on that. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first game that's going to be on the board here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. It's going to be a 6:09 tip on this one. Yes, we got Florida versus Auburn, the SEC matchup. And we have a little bit of historical data between these two teams for that matter. But when we look at this matchup here, we have 2 electric offenses going up against each other. You have a Florida team that is ranked 2nd in offensive efficiency, 32nd in field goal percentage, 5th in offensive rebounds. Not a great free throw shooting team. They're 164th in the country in that statistic. Now, with Auburn, they are 3rd in offensive efficiency, 36th from field goal percentage, 48th in offensive rebounding, and they're 157th from the charity stripe. So 2 teams kind of mid-range in the free throw shooting, but they're still a high-efficient offense nonetheless. Defenses between these 2 teams, not too shabby. We got 2 top 10 defenses going up against one another. You have a Florida team that's ranked 10th in defensive efficiency, 5th as opposing field goal percentage, 137th in rebounds, and they're 6th at defending the 3. Then you have Auburn, 8th in defensive efficiency, 8th in opposing field goal percentage, 162nd in defensive rebounds, and they're 8th in the country in defending the 3. Now, these 2 teams did meet earlier in the year. It was a high-scoring affair. Florida did win that game in February, 90-81, in Auburn for that matter, and they were a double-digit dog in that situation. They were 11-point dog on the road, and now you're seeing them on a neutral court. And guess what? Florida is favored here, -2.5. What a line swing from game A to game B. Then you got to look at the total on this one, too. 156 to 159.5 from game A to game B. So even the books are adjusting the line upward to these 2 teams because I think they believe it's going to be a high-scoring affair. So when I look at the line and I look at the total, I see they're weighing it to Florida and they're weighing it to the total over on this one. And then you got to look at the trends. I mean, how can we deny taking an under? How would we ever take an under in this situation when you hear these statistics? You have an Auburn team. They're a dog on this one. This is going to be the 4th time they've been a dog this season. Guess what? In the first 3 spots, they were in the first 3 games that they were a dog, 3-0 to the over in those situations. Then Florida, 8-0 to the over in the last 8 neutral games. Florida is 11-0 to the over in their last 11 overall, and they're 10-4 to the over as a single-digit favorite. So everything screams over, and this Florida team just, you can set the line whatever you want, and if you actually look at the neutral site games during the NCAA tournament, the line has gone upward. They keep upticking it. So I think this is another situation we're going to be taking it over. So here, Florida, Auburn, over the total here, 159.5 as play number one. All right, going to the next play. Let's go into the crown. We got to do the crown first before I give you the last play because I want to talk about Duke and Houston, and I got a lot of notes on this one. Like and subscribe while you're watching this video. All right, Boise State is going against Nebraska on Saturday. This is an early one, so we get a little bit of early action before we get into the Final Four. They're playing at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. 1:30 is going to be the tip on this one. Now, look, good matchup here between the Boise offense and the Nebraska defense. You have a Boise team that is 40th in offensive efficiency, 88th in field goal percentage, 87th in offensive rebounding, 20th in two-point percentage, and they're a good free throw shooting team, 19th in the country in free throw percentage. And they're going against the Nebraska defense that is 42nd in defensive efficiency, 171st in opposing field goal percentage, 104th in defensive rebounding, and they're 153rd in defending the two. So a couple key stats here. The Boise likes to shoot inside. They're ranked 20th in the country, and they're going against a defense that's a little bit weak at defending the two. And, of course, they can get to the free throw line very well. Now, on the other side here for Nebraska, on the offense, we have Nebraska is 65th in offensive efficiency, but 119th in field goal percentage, 268th in offensive rebounds, so they don't get a lot of second chance opportunities in these spots. Bad three-point shooting team. They're 240th in that statistic, and they're 75th from the charity stripe. Boise defensively, they're second in the country in defensive rebounds, so they're a very good rebounding team. 61st in defensive efficiency, 144th in opposing field goal percentage, and they're 109th in defending the two. So what they're going to do very well in this one is limit second chance opportunities for Nebraska, and I think that's going to be a benefit for them in this game. Now you got to look at the performance of these teams as of late. Let's go with the last 8 games as a sample size. Boise is 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games, and their only loss was to Colorado State twice. Colorado State is a tournament team, not a hot tournament team going into the NCAA tournament for that matter. So not two bad losses. Then you got Nebraska. They're 3-5 straight up in their last 8 games, and with 2 of those wins were in this tournament. Against some really bad teams. I think they beat Georgetown and Arizona State. Then you've got to look at the line here because Nebraska is a dog, a plus 110 dog currently. When they are a dog on the money line, they're 3-10 straight up in those situations when the line is set at minus 124 or less, when we're talking about the money line. So, yeah, 13 game sample size of 3-10 in those spots. Then you got to look at Boise. I just think they're in a better spot here. They've won 6 out of the last 8, only losing to Colorado State. And they're just humming along in this tournament, and I think they get it done here. And I'm just throwing the spread out the window. We're just going to be taking the money line on this one. Give me Boise. Money line, minus 130 as the play, baby. 2 plays, 2 bangers. Going to the best bet. Make sure you like and subscribe to the GunzPicks channel. Hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, hit everything to get me in the algorithm of all algorithms that YouTube deems fit. All right, let's do it, boys. Let's get into what we like to call the best bet. Let's go. All right, best bet time. You know what to do. We got Houston versus Duke in the Alamo Dome as the second leg of this Final Four. 8:49 is going to be the tip on this one. And then in this game, you have the battle of the defenses. You have a Duke team that is ranked 5th in defensive efficiency, 1st in opposing field goal percentage, 29th in defending the 3, 3rd in defending the 2. Houston's defense, number 1 in the country in defensive efficiency, 2nd in opposing field goal percentage, 20th in turnover percentage, 13th in defending the 3, 5th in defending the 2. This is going to be a very tough matchup for this Duke squad, at least on the offensive side of the ball. When we look at the Duke-Houston matchup offensively, yes, Duke does have the edge. They're number 1 in the country in offensive efficiency. They're 3rd in field goal percentage. They're 52nd in offensive rebounds. They're 8th in three-point percentage, 6th in two-point percentage. Houston's offense is ranked 10th in offensive efficiency, 11th in offensive rebounds, 327th in free throw attempts per game. They don't get to the charity stripe often, probably because they have huge leads in most of their games. 2nd in three-point percentage, but they are 282nd in the country inside the arc. So they rely heavily on the 3 in their games now, which is abnormal for a Samson squad in the past. They've just been relying a little bit heavy on the defense and getting good shots inside. Very different team this year. Both teams do prefer to play in a slow pace. You have a Duke team that's ranked 268th in adjusted tempo going against a Houston team that is ranked 369th in adjusted tempo. So it's going to be a battle of who's going to control the pace on this one. Both want to play slow, but if you play slow with Houston, that could be a detrimental element there for Duke. Duke may try to uptick the tempo, but the two defenses should be able to stand up with one another. Then you're going to look how the line fits the total. It's an under type of situation when we look at the line. Duke is 6-2 to the under as a favorite of 8 points or less. They have Houston that is 4-1 to the under in their last 5 neutral games. Then, if you want to look at some side stuff, Duke really underperforms typically on this line, so it's got me a little bit nervous. I don't want to take the side on this particular show. I'm looking more at the total on this one, and I think it's going to be an absolute rock fight between two great defenses. You have a very big veteran team here in the Houston Cougars going against a young, athletic, but very defensive-minded and defensive disciplined Duke Blue Devil team. I think it's going to be a rock fight between two juggernauts on the defensive side of the ball. So give me the under on this one, 136.5 as the play. All right. To break it down for you guys one more time, make sure you like and subscribe to the GunzPicks channel and while I give out the recap on this one. We're going to be going Florida Auburn over the total here, 159.5. We're going to go Boise money line in the Crown on Saturday. 130 is going to be the tip on this one. And of course, we're going to be going Houston Duke under the total here, 135.5 as the best bet. 3 plays, 3 bangers. Let's keep dominating this college basketball season all the way to the national championship. Appreciate all you guys joining up. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate all the comments. Keep doing it. I love it. Let's have ourselves a Saturday. Let's get some tickets. Let's dominate double. And as always, yep. Let's keep dancing. Ba-bang.
Daily, no one do it better. Let's keep dancing. Cannon shots fired. Cash and best clips reloaded, never tired. Have ourselves a day, straight up ballin'. Every show lit. You know we all in. Hit the hardwood, buzzers buzz, call it lit. Numbers crunch, strategy so legit. Breaking down plays, knowledge deep. College boss advance, cash in, no sleep. No sleep.